Get full episodes of The Damage Report as a podcast on iTunes and Android, and you can watch the live show every weekday on YouTube TV. Thanks to the incredible social media advocacy and work of Shaun King, I was made aware of an absolutely tragic murder recently. If we bring up this tweet, this is where I originally saw it from Shaun King. Urgent, all hands on deck. A 40-year-old white man with a beard in a red pickup truck pulled up on 7-year-old Jasmine Barnes and her family near a Houston Walmart and shot and killed her and injured others. I am joining the search for a killer and have a $25,000 reward. Need him now. A civil rights attorney has since joined with Shaun King, making the reward now $35,000. So this killer, by the way, as we continue with this, is still on the loose as of us filming this. But we do know a little bit about what happened in the situation thanks to interviews with Jasmine's mother, LaPortia Washington, who said, as I turned around and looked back at the street, this is during the attack, I heard shots start firing and they came through my window, broke my glass and hit me in my arm. They sped off in front of us and the truck slowed down and continued to fire as he was in front of us. Washington told CNN that she threw her body over her eldest daughter in the front passenger seat and told her other 3 daughters to get down. But once the shooting was over, one of her other daughters discovered that 7-year-old Jasmine was dead. She had been shot in the head, either randomly from this psychopath, or possibly, I mean, it could be a hate crime, it could be some sort of race-based thing, but in any event, the person is currently unaccounted for. There is some information, as we've shown you, a little bit of a description, some idea of what the vehicle is like, but still no idea of who this person is. And so that is why Shaun King, the civil rights lawyer, are looking for information, as of course the police are as well.
I mean, it continues. It's what a horrible way to start some news at the beginning of the year. And not that this is anything different or new. But I mean, again, we're in an information age where more people can get a chance to find things out. We know Shaun King was all over assailants that were in Charlottesville. Am I right? Yeah.
And tracked some of them down.
Tracked some of them down.
And in other instances
got
as well.
Fired, others arrested for the assaults they were pulling. So that's the only hopeful moment you have in going to something like this. And you know, to find out what the motive is, and then also make sure this guy goes to prison the rest of his life. So I don't know, it's hard to connect it to the temperature and the I guess the anger that's going on in the country right now, but you can't help but to connect it to that. Like now we continue to downplay and disregard the lives of certain children. And it's just this kind of stark. You don't see this happening to certain other folks. So when you talk about drive-bys, you know, everybody, we sensationalize and talk about how much drive-bys, and we connect that to these black thugs and gangs, historically. This thug drove up on a family together going shopping and just opened fire.
Yeah, 5 women.
For whatever reason, because he's a garbage person.
Yeah.
And I would love to see the president come out and start tweeting about this. He'll tweet about a murder of a single person and how we need to make sure these people come to justice. I would love to see some kind of act of showing how we need to do something different here. Because we always talk about how it comes from the top. If there's a certain tone and character that comes from the top of our country about certain folks, people that are willing to be your foot soldiers will do things. Again, I'm not making the direct connection, but it's easy to do it when you don't think anybody's gonna care.
Yeah.
We gotta show them that we care about this.
Well, look, and honestly, that's one of the reasons why I'm so glad that Shaun and others online have been spreading information about Jasmine and her killing, because I didn't see it on any of the news sites that I go to. And by the way, I have an RSS feed that has a lot of them, big ones, little ones, and I didn't really see anything about this. So thankfully there is social media to help fill in the gaps. Now, as you were just trying to figure out, you know, to some extent, what could lead a person to theoretically do this, obviously the family who was affected by this, thinking about that as well. We have some video. This is of LaPortia, the mother of Jasmine. It's difficult to watch, but in this interview, you'll see she's still in the hospital, obviously, because she was shot as well, trying to work through what happened to her and her family.
I replayed this moment in my head over 1 million times to see, did I cut this man off? Did I make a wrong turn in front of him? Did I stop him from getting out of the Walmart for whatever he was doing? Did I do anything wrong to cause this man to fire shots in my car? And I didn't. I didn't do anything. I didn't make a wrong turn. I didn't get over in his lane. I didn't do none of that. He fired off at us for no reason. None.
So now look
can't
where
even
we
imagine.
are. Now look where we are. Now this mother who lost her daughter and had to jump in front of her other daughter and
Shield her with her body.
and ready to take bullets in her back or wherever over it, now is running in her mind what she did wrong. So if you cut him off, if you impeded his way of getting out of the Walmart, if you drove by and flicked him off, none of it should cause him to do this. But that's running in her mind now. What did I do to potentially cause my daughter to get shot by this madman?
Yeah.
What did I do? Now she's left with that burden and that
Well, thankfully, she seems to have
responsibility.
accepted that she is not responsible.
But she had to sit and think about it
She does
a
think about
million
it.
times.
Yeah.
That
Well,
thought
and
should
probably
never
will-
cross your mind. There should be you know what? I'm sick of this. Should be the things that she's able to say. Instead, she has to go, what? How was this my fault that this white dude came up and rolled up and shot up my entire family?
Yeah.
What did I do wrong?
Yeah, and she's
Nothing,
gonna have to
man. You
think
didn't do
about that.
anything wrong.
Exactly, yeah. She didn't do anything wrong. There is an opportunity though, if you're watching this, for you to do something right. The family has set up a GoFundMe page. If we could bring up this graphic, you're gonna see a link to it is gofundme.com/justice for my daughter Jasmine with dashes between the words. Raising money for both the continuing health expenses of the family who survived but were shot and horribly injured in this attack, also funeral and all of that. As of us filming it, it raised something like $14,000. I personally think in America we can do a lot better than that. When I think about some of the other GoFundMes that I've seen for far less worthy causes than the family who's been affected by this unimaginable tragedy.
If you can't help with the GoFundMe, go to the Go Find Him.
Yeah, exactly.
Go find him.
Yeah, I mean, look, there are other people in that area that might recognize this truck, that might know that based on the description of the guy, it is possible they could track him down, and fingers crossed that they do, that we get some justice here. Thank you very much for watching this clip from the Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.